I'd like to take a minute to talk to gay people that are considering on how to cast their vote going into this 2024 election. I think the gay people are people that Democrats feel are entitled to having in their party. They feel like, oh, we've said that we've stuck up for you in the past, and therefore you always must vote for us, even if we no longer have your best interests at heart. We saw this with the Orlando nightclub shooting. All of a sudden, groups that were also being pandered to by the Democrats were more important than gay Americans. Gay Americans decided that they were upset about the treatment they were getting at some extremist and religious groups and decided they wanted to practice their Second Amendment right. Yet they were largely ignored or demonized by the Democratic Party that said, shh, you must wait your turn. It seems like often gay people are now the lowest priority amongst the Democratic coalition because they feel like we've already given you everything you need, so you need to just be quiet and keep voting for us or else you're not a real ally. This is an absurd belief. It turns out, shock of all shocks, that most of the gay people I know have the exact same priorities as everyone else. They want to be able to afford their rent, to afford their groceries. They want a world that's safe. They want a border that's secure. And yet we're told, oh, no, they could only concern themselves with a select few issues that happen to align with the Democratic Party agenda. I disagree. You see, many prominent figures in the gay community have spoken out against some of the most radical impulses from Democrats, including but not limited to much of the discussion about trans issues and the indoctrination of our children. Gays are now being told that somehow they're inferior, and it's not that people are really gay, it's that actually they're really trans. This isn't from me, but this is from several members of the gay community that said it's almost like there's a shame of gay people, and it must be that young people aren't really gay, they're actually really trans, so we need to start that conversation and have gender-affirming care. As such, issues that the gay community might be interested in that are unique to them are oftentimes completely ignored because they're considered basically the oppressors of the LGBT community. The Republican Party of today, and Donald Trump specifically, have not been hostile to gay Americans. They have instead focused on not pandering, but offering up issues that all Americans, including gay people, could get behind. You want to own a business? Vote Republican. You want a secure border? Vote Republican. You want crime to go down? You vote Republican. If you want the world to not be on fire, then you vote Donald Trump and the Republicans, not the Democrats that seek to exploit issues around the world, just like they've sought to pander and exploit issues surrounding the gay community. We need a government that is concerned about American citizens first and foremost. We need a government that's not interested to pandering to minority groups so they could get away with exploiting the system to enrich their friends and to focus on issues around the world instead of this country and people back home. We need to get back to sensible government. We need to get back to the idea that our government isn't about influencing culture and celebrities and pandering, but is actually about doing things for Americans in this country, such as making sure they can afford to live and that they can be safe. Gay people are smart enough to understand, just like all of us, that being pandered to and told that you're special or you have to vote for us is something that people do when they want to infantilize you. And that's why you're seeing more and more members of the gay community that are starting to vote Republican. So I urge you, in this election 2024, consider voting for Donald Trump for a better country for all of those issues, and consider voting for Republicans down ballot.